The mysterious Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch is also known as Sherman Ranch, and it is a property located in Utah, United States. It's gained so much notoriety because of the sheer amount of alleged paranormal activity. So many unexplained phenomena in this ranch, it is quite literally unbelievable. It's named after the Skinwalker, which is a creature from Native American folklore that is said to have the ability to shapeshift, and to be honest, if you've ever seen videos on the internet, whether they are real or fake, of skinwalkers, meeting a skinwalker has to be up there with the single most terrifying thing that can happen in your life. This ranch rose to notoriety in the 1990s. It was owned by Terry and Gwen Sherman, thus the Sherman Ranch. They reported a wide range of bizarre occurrences on the ranch, including sightings of UFOs, strange lights, crop circles, poltergeist activity, animal mutilations, and encounters with mysterious creatures. This place literally had it all, and we're going to be going into a bit more detail on all these events in a second. The Shermans eventually had enough, and they sold the ranch to Robert Bigelow. He is a real estate magnate with an interest in the paranormal, and specifically wanting to research it. So was there a better property to purchase in order to create his own research center? No, there wasn't. So he bought Skinwalker Ranch and set up a research center there. It became a focal point of scientific investigation and research into the unexplained phenomena that was being reported there. Bigelow's organization, the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, I would say that needs a little bit of work, conducted various studies and investigations on the property. However, much of the research conducted at Skinwalker Ranch remains annoyingly confidential, and specific findings have not been widely published, but I hope that one day they will release the files. In 2016, Bigelow decided to sell the ranch to a company called Adamantium Holdings. Now that is a cool name, which remains very secretive about its activities and plans for the property. However, in recent years, there's been a lot of renewed interest in Skinwalker Ranch because of videos on the internet, because of documentaries, because of movies. I watched a movie the other day on Amazon Prime. This isn't a plug at all. I watched it. It's called Skinwalker, and it's based at Skinwalker Ranch. I think they kind of took some of the stories that have been told there and turned it into a movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. So Skinwalker, go and check it out. But I think the big one that has really blown Skinwalker Ranch back open is the documentary that came out in 2020 called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, which attempts to unravel the mystery surrounding the ranch. And of course, there is that epic episode of the Joe Rogan podcast where they talk about Skinwalker Ranch as well. That's really cool. So what happened there? Let's have a look in a little bit more detail at the specific occurrences, because there are a lot. So I'm just going to list them off, and your jaw will probably get wider and wider and closer to the floor. Bearing in mind, this is one location, okay? Admittedly, it's a ranch, so it's quite large, but it's still one location. UFO sightings. Witnesses have reported a variety of UFO sightings on and around Skinwalker Ranch. These sightings include strange lights. Witnesses have observed unusual lights in the sky, often described as bright orbs or hovering spheres. These lights sometimes exhibit erratic movements, sudden changes in direction, and high speeds. Some witnesses have reported seeing the lights descend to the ground and then shoot back up into the sky. This sounds, of course, a lot like a lot of the UFO sightings that we have seen on the internet, the Tic Tac, etc. It's all about being able to shift directions at insane speeds, definitely exhibiting technology that isn't available to us on this planet. Disc-shaped crafts. Several accounts mention seeing disc-shaped objects resembling classic UFOs. These crafts are said to be silent and capable of rapid acceleration and maneuvers, just like all the other UFO sightings we've had on this planet. Portal-like phenomena. Some witnesses claim to have seen what appear to be portals or doorways opening in the sky, from which lights or objects emerge before disappearing. So maybe they're not traveling here through space in their aircrafts. Maybe they're literally portaling here and arriving straight away, which is why we don't see them entering the atmosphere and stuff, because they're portaling here. Ooh. Shape-shifting creatures. Honestly, this location is wild, okay? The legend of the Skinwalker, a shape-shifting entity from Native American folklore, is central to the ranch's mystique, which is obviously why it's now called Skinwalker Ranch. Let's put 2 and 2 together and get 4 here. But what sort of creatures are seen? Glowing orbs, Witnesses have reported encountering glowing orbs that move with apparent intelligence. These orbs have been described as changing colours and even changing shape. Large wolves. Some witnesses claim to have seen unusually large wolves on the property. These creatures are said to exhibit behaviours that defy typical wolf behaviour, such as being unafraid of humans or displaying unnatural agility. They also apparently have the ability to vanish without a trace. Poltergeist-like activity. Objects reportedly move on their own, from small items sliding across surfaces to larger objects levitating or being thrown. Doors and windows are said to be open and closed inexplicably, sometimes in response to human presence or without any apparent cause. Mysterious banging or knocking noises have been reported, often occurring in patterns or as responses to interactions. Animal mutilations. Some of the most disturbing reports involve animal mutilations, particularly the cows. These animals have been found with precise surgical-like incisions and missing body parts, often with little or no blood at the scene. Normally, reproductive organs taken as well. What's that all about? That seems to be a running theme. Why are the aliens taking the reproductive organs of animals? Unless they're trying to study and understand what's going on. But then again, you'd think if they could literally transverse the universe, they'd know how a cow works. I don't know. The nature of these mutilations have puzzled investigators, as they appear to be carried out with a level of precision not typically associated with natural predators. You know, these haven't been ravaged by coyotes. They've been opened up with a scalpel. Just while we're on the subject of cows, because cows in this ranch, there's some weird stuff going on, right? They teleport. There was a case of a cow teleporting into a truck. Right? So, this rancher allegedly witnessed a cow seemingly teleport into the back of a truck. The rancher had been observing the cow in the field and then turned away for a moment. When he looked back, the cow had vanished completely and was now in the truck's bed on the back of the truck rather than being in the field. But it was all locked up. So how on earth did the cow get in there? There's also reports of cows somehow passing through solid fences, which makes no sense, like kind of like phasing through. So I don't know what kind of experiments these aliens are doing on the cows, but they're giving them phasing abilities. But anyway, that's enough for the cows for now. Time anomalies. Witnesses have claimed experiencing a missing time where they cannot account for a significant period. So they're there and then all of a sudden, hang on a minute, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 11:30 a minute ago. What's going on here? Telepathic communications. Some individuals associate the ranch with having reported hearing voices or receiving messages telepathically. These communications are often described as sudden bursts of information or guidance. The list goes on. Physical effects on humans, right? Several witnesses claim to have experienced physical effects after encountering these phenomena. These include skin burns, rashes, and other unexplained symptoms. Crop circles and intricate patterns have been reported appearing in fields without any apparent human intervention. Now, I do know, obviously, there are people that do go around and make crop circles. I understand that does exist. However, from personal experience, well, not personal, but my grandmother, my nanny, lived on a farm during the war, and there was crop circles one day, and the government came down to take soil samples. Why would they do that? It's just a bit strange, isn't it? Electronic interference. This happens a lot in paranormal places. You get a lot of battery drain and things like that. Electronics are said to malfunction in certain areas of the ranch. Cameras, radios, etc. just not working. Apparitions and shadow figures. Honestly, this place has everything, and I want to go there so badly. Some witnesses have claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions or shadow figures on the property. These figures often appear and vanish suddenly. Domestic animals at the ranch, the cats, the dogs, they seem to act really weird, avoid certain areas of the ranch, exhibit strange behavioral patterns, underground tremors and vibrations. It just doesn't end. Some reports mention feeling of tremors or vibrations originating from beneath the ground. These sensations are often described as unsettling and unexplained. Remote viewing and psychic phenomena. We're nearly at the end, guys, but oh my goodness, right? There are claims of individuals experiencing psychic visions or remote viewing, perceiving events or information beyond their normal sensory capabilities. So they're literally seeing things in front of them. You could say it's hallucinating, because it kind of is, but why is it happening there? And lastly, And probably obviously by this point, after reading all of these alleged phenomena that's happened there, military and government involvement. It's been alleged that the military and government agencies have taken an interest in the ranch and its phenomena, though the extent and purpose of their involvement remains shrouded in mystery. I mean, if even half, if even 10% of this stuff is real, the government are going to get involved, aren't they? Let's be honest. But that is Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, oh my goodness, what a location. I want to know more. I want to know everything. I want to go there. I want to do an investigation there. I'm 99.99999% sure you can't do that, so that's a shame. But what do you think of Skinwalker Ranch? Do you have any stories from Skinwalker Ranch? This was kind of like an overview of Skinwalker Ranch. I haven't really dug into the nitty-gritty. I'd love to do that, though. If you'd like to see that, let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I seem to have a grey beard here. Oh, my goodness. A time anomaly. Oh, wow. No, I'm nearly 30. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I really do. And I will speak to you very soon. I just want to give a shout out to my patron of the day. And the patron of the day today is Jack Budge. Jack, thank you so much for being a patron. I appreciate you and I appreciate all my patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can for as little as £1 or $1 a month. And you'll get lots of bonus, cool content over there. Thank you so much. And I'll see you very soon. Sweet one. Peace.